Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT EMEA Stage 2 for Week 4. My guest at this time is UNFAKE of Team Vitality, this time coming off their match against BBL Esports, in which they came out on the losing end 2-1 to thus sit with a 1-3 record so far in the regular season of said stage. So UNFAKE, thank you so much for the opportunity for the interview, and unfortunate this is coming off of a loss, but what I want to ask you first and foremost is, what are you feeling? What are your emotions? What's going through your mind after finishing this series?
Hello everybody, I'm Unfake. It was really hard game for us. We we won first map. The second map we started really well, and they just did a great comeback. We had lower energy when they were doing the comeback, and I think it affected a little bit the third map because on the third map we started like 0-4, 0-5. I don't really remember. Like we are all sad. Like our expectations were much higher. I think we still have some chances to qualify for the playoffs. But we need. To be honest, I need to check it. I don't really remember. And yeah, that was really tough game.
Yeah, most definitely. I kind of want to dive into what happened in map 2. As you said, the team started off with a pretty good momentum in the beginning stages of, I believe, Icebox, and then um, BBL started to pull away from that from second half onwards, winning every round basically up until the very end. What do you think made the change for you guys? From playing well to playing not so well, and do you feel like it was something that happened within yourselves, or was it something that BBL kind of threw at you guys that made it difficult to play with?
Um, I think they played well from the start. Like I know that we started like 6-0, but if you think about this map, like we won a lot of clutches. Like Derek won a couple of clutches, Les won clutch, I won clutch. So yes, we started 6-0, but the game was really close in my opinion. And then they won some rounds on defense. I think we did like 7-5 or 8-4 at the end on the first half, and then they snowballed us back. Like I think we didn't win a single round on defense. They won pistol, they won first buy, they won bonus. They just snowballed the economy, and we couldn't find anything in the game. Like some micro mistakes that we did costed us some crucial rounds, in my opinion, and the comeback happened.
And over in Bind, it was kind of a reverse in which they were started off very well, and then you guys started to make the comeback. Was it kind of the same story as it played out in from map 2 to map 3, or was there any kind of outlier that kind of stood out to you?
I just think that at the start of the third map, didn't have like we we didn't have like energy, like not energy, but our comms were not, as always, like not that good, in my opinion. We also didn't know what comp they played on Bind because it was the first time they picked this, so we needed some time to adjust our T side. And like after like couple of rounds, we knew what should be our plan, and then we just started doing like things that was working, and we were comebacking.
And even so, you guys are coming out of this with a pretty close match against BBL, one of the teams that have been kind of on the rise for this league. I mean, going back onto just covering the series as a whole, what do you feel was the biggest takeaway that you can kind of like look at and use for next week? For the rest of the regular season, and yeah, it's just thing that stood out to you the most.
What do you mean exactly by the question? What?
I'm asking, what do you feel is the one thing that you learned the most? One of the most important thing that you learned, stood out to you, in understanding and playing in this series.
Let me think. But basically, like everyone knows it, but in my opinion, like every round matters, and you need to fight for every round the same. because at the end it doesn't mean like if you are winning like 7-0, like at the end what matters is winning the map. So like you need to fight for every round basically. That's what I learned.
And now talking about what happened in map one, we kind of saw a return of Vitality's composition into um, the Fade, Omen, Rays, and Viper and Vice. Specifically early on in the season, in the middle part, we saw like Neon and Tejo make its way to the composition, even Yoru. What made you guys want to go back to that initial composition from earlier on in the year for this occasion? And what do you think just kind of made the difference there?
Um, I mean, before I wasn't playing with the guys. So now I came, we spoke about like the comps on Lotus. We believe that it's the meta comp right now. Like Bridge is not that good. People are, most of the teams like swapped from Bridge into other comps like on Lotus, and we just believe that that's the current meta.
And most definitely it worked to perfection, I would say, especially for that first map. A slight a victory in this series, and now kind of moving on to just sort of how the team has been playing so far in stage two. Obviously, as you said, you joined the team much recently compared to the other guys joining just before the start of stage two, I believe. And so kind of had to work through plenty of things very quickly to get the team to a good level. So for yourself, UNFAKE, how has the process been like for you to just sort of cram everything in this very short regular season, I would say?
Um, Basically, like every day I worked with the boys. Like every day we practiced, but also every day I spoke with Faded. Every morning we speak together. Also, sometimes after the practice in the evening we speak together. So it helped me like a lot. I just put the work every day. I know it doesn't look like now, but we worked really hard and yeah, it's just it.
What has been some of the most difficult parts that you've had to experience or endure and kind of like tackle as the IGL of this team?
Mm. I mean, I one of the hardest experience was today, like on Icebox, when we started really well and then we couldn't win a single round. I think that's something that I will remember and I will learn from it for the future games.
It's just like having to like galvanize the rest of the team to like be much more energetic. Is I would say just trying to like get the team to communicate much more than like instead of just shutting down. Is that kind of like the thing that you're getting at?
Um, I mean, yeah, I just want us when we lose the rounds, when we lose rounds that we shouldn't lose. I just want us to communicate the same way that when we are winning, like couple rounds in a row. Because if we manage to do it for the next games, in my opinion, we're gonna win the game against Gentlemates.
And obviously, like compared to those other teammates that you are part with currently in Vitality, such as Kixless and Durka, very experienced players, people that have made their that have appeared in international events, and compare that to yourself in which you're a rookie. You played in VCL France earlier on in the year, so you're making that jump from tier two to tier one. What has been some of the biggest thing that stood out to you when it comes to looking at the comparison between a rookie like yourself and also like taking in information from the veterans of the team?
Um, I mean, the biggest difference, like from tier two and tier one, is that, as you said, as you already mentioned, everyone here is. I mean, not maybe Kovac, because he's also a rookie. But the three people that you mentioned, they are really experienced, and they help me with everything. They help me with mid runs if I need to. If they have their own ideas, they just do them. Like we speak with them outside the server every day. every day we do vote reviews and they give their opinions. It's not that common on tier 2 because in tier 2 like you don't have that experienced players. So day by day I learn more and more and more, and I'm grateful for this opportunity.
And of course, and you got one more chance to play in the regular season. That is against, as you said, Gentle Mates. And with this result, you kind of have to look at other teams to help you get to the other side of playoffs. I believe, and so how do you look at not only the match ahead against Gentle Mates, but also your team's chances of making playoffs?
Like, to be honest, I don't know what are the chances now because we just finished the game. I will need to check it, but I'm confident before the Gentlemates game, and I hope we're gonna win 2-0, and hopefully we will be in the playoffs.
Course, and hopefully you guys are able to make that final push into the postseason for stage two. And of course, UNFAKE, I gotta give you my thanks once again for the interview. Really do appreciate it. And of course, I give my best of luck to yourself and the rest of the team for next week.
Thank you, and thanks to everybody who cheered for us, guys. The next game will be better.